I humiliated my mother at my job when she tried to parent me for her boss. My mom has always cared way too much about how she looks to other people, not who she actually is, just the version strangers see. She'll lie to someone at the grocery store about what we're having for dinner, just so it sounds more impressive. I grew up watching her perform for everyone else, and I learned early that I was just another prop in that performance. By the time I was 13, we were already clashing. She was controlling, obsessed with appearances, and I pushed back hard. When I moved out at 18, our relationship didn't break. It just quietly died. We talked maybe once every few months, and even then it felt forced and tense. I had my own apartment, my own routine, and a data entry job at an insurance office. The distance felt necessary. Then she got a new job, some marketing role at a mid-sized company. Suddenly she was texting more, asking questions about my life she'd never cared about before. I should have known something was coming. One Tuesday afternoon, I was at my desk with headphones in, deep in a spreadsheet, when someone tapped my shoulder. I turned around and froze. There was my mom, standing in the middle of my office like she owned the place. Next to her was an older woman in a blazer, clearly important. "There you are," my mom said loudly, way too loudly. Half the office looked up. I pulled out my headphones and asked what she was doing there. She ignored me and turned to the woman beside her. "See, Janet, this is what I was telling you about. Kids these days, so glued to their screens, they don't even notice when someone walks up." My brain was scrambling. Who was Janet? Why was my mom here? Then my mom turned back to me with that fake disappointed smile she saves for public moments. "Sweetie, I've been calling you all morning. You can't just ignore your mother. It's disrespectful." Later, I checked my phone. She'd called once. At 6 a.m., I was asleep. She kept going, projecting her voice so more people could hear. I raised her to be more responsible than this. Always on that computer, never picks up the phone. I worry about her. My coworkers were pretending not to listen. Janet was nodding politely, but she looked uncomfortable. And then it clicked. Janet was her new boss. My mom had brought her boss to my workplace to show off what a devoted, involved mother she was. And she was doing it by publicly scolding me like a child. Something in me snapped. Years of being used to polish her image, years of swallowing my frustration so she could look good, it all came up at once. I stood up, smiled politely at Janet, and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think we've met. I'm her daughter. We actually don't talk very much." My mom's face twitched. I kept going. "Yeah, we have a pretty distant relationship. I think the last real conversation we had was about 3 months ago, when she needed me to send her a recipe." Janet blinked, clearly confused. My mom looked like she wanted to disappear. "So I was a little surprised she was worried about me not answering a 6 a.m. phone call," I added. "But it's sweet that you care, Mom." That's when I saw it land. Janet realized she'd been sold a story. The doting, hands-on mother narrative didn't match the reality standing in front of her. My mom tried to laugh it off. "Well, we're working on our relationship, are we?" I tilted my head. "Because you told me last year you didn't want to do holidays together anymore. That was your decision, not mine." The silence was brutal. My coworkers had stopped pretending not to listen. Janet stared at the floor. My mom's face turned bright red. She grabbed Janet's arm. "We should go. I have a meeting." "Yeah," I said calmly. "You probably should." They walked out without looking back. My mom hasn't shown up at my job since, and for the first time in my life, she didn't get to control the story.